Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to take you through how to use packet tracer, specifically Cisco packet tracer, to simulate the various network topologies that we have. If you are new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, share and like. So today, this is what we are going to do. So let's now outline our objectives. So the first objective is to arrange nodes in a bus topology, to set up your IP address, test your connection either by command prompt or sending packet from one device to another. Now, what is a network topology? A network topology is basically the arrangement of nodes to form a network. And we have so many types of topology. We have the bus topology, the star, and the likes. Now, in using packet tracer, these are the basic things that you need to know, and these same principles or these same processes are going to be implemented when you want to set up your network. Now, the first thing is the cabling or the cable to use. Basically, you have two types of cable in networking. One is the straight through cable, and the straight through cable is used specifically to connect devices of different kinds. Let's say a laptop to a switch, or let's say a switch to a router. The second cable is what we call the crossover cable. The crossover cable, and that cable is used to connect devices of the same type. So if you want to connect, let's say, a laptop to a laptop or a switch to a switch, you will use what you call the crossover cable. So as you can see, this is the interface of the Cisco packet tracer. If you don't have the software, I'll leave a link in the description below so that you can follow the link and go and download the Cisco packet tracer for constant practice. So like I said, we are going to learn how to arrange nodes in bus topology, as well as setting up the IP. Now when you look at the interface, when you come down, we have what we call network devices, and we have what we call the end node. So we are going to first look at the devices that we want to use when you want to, let's say, simulate a bus topology. Basically, we are going to need either PC or, let's say, a computer. Then the number of switch or the PCs that you're going to use depend on the number of nodes that you want. So for me, I'm going to use 4 PCs. Hence, I'm going to require what we call 4 switches. You can also decide to use a router. And so if you decide to use a router or a switch, all is going to work. So let's head to our down below where I'm moving the cursor over. We have what we call network devices. So you click on network devices, and just below the inscription network devices, we have the various network devices over there. The first one is routers, the second one is switch. So I'm going to use switch. Since I'm going to connect 4 computers in a bus topology, I'm going to bring on the working area the switches. So you click on switch, and when you head towards where the mouse is being hovered over, you will see the various type of switches. So I'm just going to use the PT switches. So I want to connect 4 computers, so I need 4 switches. So we have 1, 2, and the last one. Now the next thing is to connect all the switches together. And so what cable are you going to use? Remember, they are devices of what same type, and so we are going to use what we call the crossover cable. And when you come to the packet tracer, it lists all the various cable that you can use for your connection. It also makes provision for, say, if you don't know the kind of cable to use, when you go to move your cursor to this part where I'm moving the mouse over, which is called automatically choose connection type. The moment you select that, is going to automatically select the appropriate cable that you need to connect your devices. So you click on that, you bring it to one of the switches, then send it to the other end. You repeat till all the routers are connected. Good. Now when you realize that the color is more or less just a yellow or orange, It means that the connection is not yet stable. It will take some time before stability of connection will be established. So you don't need to worry at all if you connect the cables and you realize that it is not stable. So now looking at this one, you see the green shape over is indicating that now we have well established connection. Now the next thing is to connect our various end devices, and preferably PC. So you go to where I picked the network device again. The next one is what? End devices. So click on that. Okay, if you click on that, we have what we call PC, laptop, and the like. So I am going to use PC. Good. So when you look at the interface, you realize that I have 4 switches and 4 PCs. It's connection between devices of the different type. Hence, I'll have to use what we call straight through cable. But like I said, if I'm not sure of the cable to use, just go to automatically select connection type. So I'm going to use that. But these are the what we call the copper crossover, and this is the what you call straight through cable, but I'm going to use this one for it to be simpler for me. So you click on the switch, then you send it to the PC and you click on that. Repeat the same processes till all the PCs are connected to the switches. Good. Now we are done here. We have now connected all the PCs and to the switch, and so the first objective is over. The next thing is to set the IP address. It is the IP address that will enable the device to communicate with each other. Without IP address, there is no way the various devices can communicate to each other. That is why you need to set up IP address for all the PCs that are connected. And so this is how you are going to go about it. Just click on the PC that you want to assign IP address once. Good. After clicking on that, you realize that an interface has opened, and so there are 2 ways. Either you use this configuration or desktop, but preferably desktop is most appropriate because that one is easy for you to implement your IP address. So you head straight to, there are so many things over here. We have IP configuration, dial-up, terminal, and command prompt and the right. So we want to set our IP address. So quickly you click on your IP address. After clicking on that, another window opens. Make sure that the IP configuration is always on static. It's always on static. So just click on IP address and type in your IP address. Basically, for a local area network, we use what we call class C address. You can also decide to use any of the classes. You have to. I'll be making a new video on the various IP classes of IP address, of course. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm using a class C address. So head to your keyboard and type 192.168.1.2. Okay. So because I'm going to use this one again by just changing the last number, I'm just going to copy that to the clipboard. Now after you have finished entering your IP address, you just have to press either enter or tab on your keyboard. So I'm using enter, and the submax will be automatically be generated. When you are done, just click on close. Good. So now the first PC has been given an IP address. Let's go to the second PC. So the same step is going to be repeated. Go to desktop, IP configuration, then IP address. I'm just pasting what I copied. Now so we have 192.168.1.2 or .1.2. Now I'm just going to change it to, let's say, 3. You can change it to 4, you can change it to 5. The only thing that you have to ensure is that you don't assign the same IP address to more than a PC. Other than that, there will be a confliction, and hence your connections will not be established, or the PCs cannot communicate. And so now let's press enter or tab on the keyboard, and the submask is automatically generated. So close it. We do same for the rest of the devices. Alright, good. We are done. Now we have achieved our second objective, that is setting up your IP address for the various PCs. The next thing is to test our connection either by using command prompt or by sending a packet from one device to another. Now let's try the first one. And how do we do that? If you want to test your connection, you can use the command prompt. So this by doing the following. You click on one PC, then you are still on the desktop, go to command prompt and type the IP ping. You type ping space, then you type the IP address of the device that you want to communicate with. So we are in PC 0. We want to communicate with, let's say, PC 4. So we are going to insert the IP address of the PC4 so that it will be able to communicate with the PC0. So we have 192.168.1. What was the IC? Good. Right. Now is a reply from 168 blah blah blah. So now let's go to this part. It said send for receive for loss 0, and you have 0% or loss. It means that the connection has been established. Hence, the true device, that is namely PC0 or let's say PC1, is successfully communicating with what? PC4. And remember, I said you just select one of the PC, then type ping, then enter the IP address of the device you want to communicate to. So in my case, I click on the first PC and I wanted to communicate with the last PC, so I inserted 192.168.1.6, and this indication shows clearly that a connection has been established. Now, if otherwise, if let's say you sent after going through the process and you see sent for receive, let's say 0 and lost 4, it means that the connection wasn't successful, and hence you need to reconfigure your IP address. Good. So now we are done with testing our connection by using command prompt. The next one is to check by sending a packet from one PC to another. So head to where it says add a simple PDU, that is sending a packet. So that's where I'm moving the cursor over. Click on that. Click on one PC that you want to exchange information. So let's say PC, the same PCs. Click on that PC, after which you send click on the PC that you want to exchange information. So in this case, I want to still use PC4. After which you head to simulation. Move your cursor to simulation, then click on simulation. Then the last one is click on play. Before I click on play, if you are new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, because there's more in store for you. I'm going to take you through various tutorials from networking to other aspects. Make sure you also like, share. If there is any question that you want to ask, put it in the comment section. If there is any further clarification, do same, and I'm going to lead you through. So click on play and let's see how it. Let me push it to this side for you to be able to see it well. So the process is sending the packet. It goes to switch 1, then to switch 2, switch 3, then PC 4. It will continue till the PC 4 gives a reply to PC 0 that yes, indeed, I have received the packet. And let's see how it's being carried out. Good. So see, this indication with the marked symbol shows that the packet has successfully been received. So a backbone. Remember, a bus topology is a topology where the network nodes are connected to one central cable called a backbone, and we have been able to also set our IP addresses to enable the devices to communicate with each other. Then lastly, sending packet from one device to another, all has successfully been achieved. Continue to practice over and over again, and you will be able to do your connections and have your connection well done. Remember once again that if you are new to this channel, remember guys, if you are new to this channel, make sure you subscribe to this channel, share, give your comment if there is anything. That next tutorial is going to be on how to simulate star topology using the Cisco packet tracer. Thank you once more and stay tuned.